made it because it was so funny. Captain Unikitty powerful, so powerful that actually she actually can't be that powerful. Who got the power? So, originally, Captain Unikitty was actually going to have a lot of sisters, and it was supposed to be inspired by Madeline, that one show. I think some people know, but yeah, it didn't really go so well because actually, of the sisters, I I don't think it would kind of be a little bit hard to draw all of them all the time. So that's why now she has only 3 older brothers and 2 younger sisters. Did you know that Pinky Freak was actually going to be a rainbow butterfly unicorn kitty? So there was somebody who thought Pinky Freak was that, but actually Pinky Freak is actually a type of bird, well, fictional bird, on a mystic. And these birds actually originated from another story I had called Sator Lee Craft, and I think I showed it to you guys like in the other video where sadly the audio just broke and stuff. But yeah, Pinky Freak doesn't really have a beak though, so it's kind of more like hidden in her like all that feathers and stuff. A lot of people still ask how did she get the claw? Well, one day I would say, well, who did it and why they did it. Originally, Phoebus was actually going to be called Fifi, but then I was thinking, oh, what if that's too close to Phoebe, the like flower person from Unikitty? So I decided to go with Phoebus, but for a different reason. And I actually didn't know this, but Phoebus is already a name, but a lot of people use it for like F. Instead of F, it's PH, and it's actually a male's name. Dog that says,
"But we need a captain to protect us."
Actually, their descendants are in Arrow Soldier the Summit, where there's 2 dogs that are brothers, one of them being Chime. Speaking of Chime, I think there was an original character that I had that was kind of based off of Chime. But yeah, Chime is supposed to be like one of those like dogs that you kind of see everywhere in media. Arrow themselves are actually supposed to be originally another character named Inky Winky, and this character didn't really go so well because I just didn't really like it, and also the name was like maybe too childish, friendly and stuff. So later on it became Arrow. Same color palette. I saw the polar bear. This is actually another character. My first character was a polar bear, and that's why he appears 2 times in the movie, but that's not actually him. So actually, it's a different timeline he is in, along with the beaver dog, along with some other guys, and of course probably this guy too. Originally, Captain Unikitty Freak was actually going to be a human, and actually more close to Captain Marvel, but that was changed when I decided to just stick with the Unikitty, and that became its own thing. Captain Unikitty is actually not the strongest, and I'm saying this because there's been a lot of like, I guess wondering about this, but actually Captain Unikitty can't really go super mode all the time, because in the movie she ends up falling asleep. But this actually occurs to other stories where she keeps falling asleep, and this actually worries a lot of characters. And what will happen next? Wondering who this character is, their name is Ghost, and they show up way later when Captain Unikitty is an adult. And yeah, they actually kind of have a relationship going on. Originally, there was going to be another character with the Phoebus family, but if you saw the original trailer, animated one, yeah, you'll probably know it was a moth. But actually, this moth actually is going to appear in another story of it. So it is still in the family, but she just shows up here like a little bit of time later. A character named Ginger actually hates Arrow, Captain Unikitty Freak, and another character. Lena Red X actually is not based off of any actual engine, so a lot of people have said what type of locomotive she is, and actually I have no idea about types of trains. All I know that they're trains. So she's mostly just based off of Thomas's like base. Max actually speaks another language, and I'll probably share that to you later on. Many of the trains actually suffer from a trauma, and also Steve, even though he's more the goofy one. Puffyland and Diamond Falls are actually mentioned a lot in the Mystic Timeline, because Puffyland was a story I made up years ago, where it's all these little cloud people, and actually that's where Danny is from, also. And Diamond Falls is where the fairy, our little fairy friend from the movie, also is from. But also there's some other characters who are from Diamond Falls. And actually you get to see these places eventually. With the puppy coins, well, actually puppy coins look like this. And they are actually working for somebody else. Star, the golden star in particular, is not the strongest element. Yep, sorry, that actually goes to Phoebus. Now a big thing is that why is Captain Unikitty walking on all fours now? Well, this actually kind of have to do with me kind of changing up my art style, and actually there's going to be probably a lot more to the plot now. Family was walking on like 2 legs, but actually unfortunately that was actually hurting them, so when Captain Unikitty goes with the masters and stuff, she actually relearns to walk on all fours, and she kind of sticks like this for a long time. When she meets Ghost, she actually does try to walk on 2s again, but yeah, it is kind of actually hurting her a lot. Yes, that's true. Her real name is actually Pepperita Goldenheart. So it is true that Arrow actually has a wife, and she's actually another species that's not a mystic, named a berry pine. Her name is Violin, by the way. Even in the stories, some characters think Arrow is female or male, but actually Arrow is none of those. Arrow, Soldier of the Summit, actually mentions ice melt, and that's a whole other story too. I made this small video because I wanted to clear up some things, and unfortunately there's some people kind of just using my characters and not really knowing the whole story. And of course, there's still the movie, there's still Phoebus, and there's still Arrow, and I'm Unfixable. They're the only ones that are kind of Mystic Timeline. So yeah, it might take a while to actually get more stories out there and share them to you guys. Speaking of them stories, I'm going to be actually doing short animations with my characters. The guys that are in my intro, Blocky, and some other guys, some non-mystic stuff. Yeah, there's going to be a lot more, but I just need to get, the time to do it. So hopefully I'll actually, get something done, at least. For now, there's Arrow and there's Phoebus that's actually on its way to get new pages done. And if you want more Captain Unikitty, there is some announcement coming up soon for Captain Unikitty. Might be a downer, but it's alright. But I hope there's gonna be more of her story too.